Welcome to another episode of It's Been 2 Weeks. Today is Saturday, July 18th. And John, it's been 2 weeks.
It has been. It's been a hot 2 weeks too.
It's been a hot fucking 2 weeks. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's been fucking horrible. I think the past, I want to say 3-4 nights, I've been struggling to sleep because I feel like the air is so fucking thick.
It's like sleeping in soup.
Yeah, it's disgusting, honestly. And then during the day, I don't have AC in my place. I've said it before. So the only form that I can kind of keep things cool inside there is just by keeping like a fucking fan on the window when it's like starts cooling down outside. Well, guess what? It's 70s, but it's humid, so
yeah, it doesn't
do shit.
Didn't you tell me that at night you sleep with a pack of frozen peas between your butt cheeks?
No, I don't. But that sounds like a good idea.
It helps. Trust me.
You know what I was thinking about doing too? Those makeshift ACs where you fucking get a bucket and you fucking fill it with ice.
Yeah. Why not, dude?
That's the only thing I can think about doing now because honestly, like it's been that hot and good.
The hillbilly ACs, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of fucking like, cheapo AC. But yeah, dude, like it's crazy how hot it's been. And the last episode we were talking about how we had a break.
We had it. Yeah.
We had it good, but like, yep. And it seems like it's the next week is going to be the same thing too, honestly, which is fucking.
Yeah, we're getting our summer finally.
We are. And God knows how long it's going to last because there have been summers that just went all the way up to fucking like September.
Well, supposedly, I guess this is because of the El Nino. Like, this is all part of it, I guess. Yeah. The super El Nino, supposedly.
I don't like this. It's like, if the weather apps are, it's saying that next weekend, they're saying it's going to be like in the 90s.
You know what, though? As long as it's not as humid as it's been, I'm okay with that, I guess.
If it's all dry heat, that's nice. Yeah. But like, I don't know, dude. I don't think it's going to be that sort of situation. But
you got to believe.
I'm sorry. What was it that you said? I need like a whole fuck ton of cocaine just to have that sort of hope?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
what have you been up to?
I basically just been actually surprisingly I've been streaming a lot.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, so I was finishing up the Diablo 4 storylines, and then yesterday I started this game called Indica, which is basically about a nun who's being like not necessarily influenced, but has the devil on her ear or in her ear, just speaking to her, kind of like offering temptation.
So the devil, basically Satan's her Jiminy Cricket?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. It's her Jiminy Cricket. And so she's been like tasked with sending a letter to, I don't know, God fuck knows where. And she wasn't supposed to read the letter. She reads the letter and it's basically them telling the father that they don't want her there anymore. Cause like she's like, she seems klutzy. You get me? For whatever reason, because she gets distracted because of this fucking like the devil in her ear, right? And so then the whole coven thinks that she's just like, no, she's no good. Like we don't need her here. Everyone's full of her shit, so they kick her out.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I know, right? And so then like I believe I'm halfway, but like the game's pretty fun. It's all story. There's hardly any fucking like.
So is it like horror? Or?
It's not even horror. It's literally just a fucking story, like a regular story where you walk and you interact with some things, right? Like as maybe like there's puzzles, but there's like action. As far as action, there's no action.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds dope.
It's fucking fun, honestly. Like
on Steam?
Yeah.
Indica
with a K.
That actually sounds dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Cause like the trailer makes it seem like it's a silly ass fucking game, right? And it is. Don't get me wrong. It is kind of silly, but like I don't know. I like the story so far. You get me? Like so much that I want to finish it. Like I'm eager to finish it. But like, there's a scene where she's seeing this man, right, who's a prisoner, and he's not he's not attractive to me or anything of that sort. He's half dead, let's be honest. But like you can hear the devil telling her like, oh, you want him. So it's kind of like that sort of situation. And the devil has like, it's like this English man with like, I guess kind of like, who can I compare it to? He just kind of sounds like fucking very like just. Have you seen Castlevania?
No.
Okay, I don't know who the fuck the voice actor is, but there's a character in there that you end up finding out that he's deaf and he does the voice for that. It sounds just like him. It's kind of like a squeaky, not squeaky, but it's a kind of like a high toned voice with like some vocal fry in it. that just kind of makes you like, just like, oh God, like, you get me?
Really?
Like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. But it's like, it's not demonic or anything of that sort. He just sounds like a fucking like very, almost hoity toity, but at the same time with a sense of like, I've been right all along. Yeah.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing my, my, what is it? Business computations classes. Actually, I have a final tomorrow for that one. And the next week I'm assuming I'm going to start the other class because I have another class for summer. And I was like looking, I was going through all of the fucking, trying to get my classes up for fall. Cause I need to have at least 4 classes enrolled to be full time for it. And I'm just like, fuck, I don't even know. I think I'm going to take I'm going to take accounting because I wasn't able to take it the first semester. I'm going to take, what was it? I think I'm taking either beginner or elementary astronomy or biology. I don't remember. And then I'm also taking, there was another class I was taking. You know what? I forgot. But like there's like 3, like I have 3 down already. I just need a 4th to kind of get down. I'm trying to not make the same mistake that I did last time where I was basically
overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed. Because like, I mean, taking the English class and then taking the public speaking class where I had to fucking write like essay. Like,
yeah.
1, I had to write an essay for English class, and 2, I had to write speeches for the public speaking. It's like, this isn't what I like. I like, if I did that in one semester and then the other semester, it would have been better.
Easier, yeah.
But like, no, not like that. So, and also the business computations classes is literally just fucking algebra, and I fucking love it. I don't know. I'm pretty good at algebra, I guess you could say. It's just basically like plugging in numbers and just solving. So if that's what my job is going to be as an accountant, I have it made.
I wish I had that thing with numbers. I don't.
It's just, I don't know. It's like, I've always had that fucking thing for him. I could have started or learned programming, but honestly, with the whole AI shit, I don't even think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get into debt for it. But what about you?
Not really much. Just been working and, yeah, I haven't been doing much. I did finally try to watch Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, did you? How was it? No.
I didn't like it like at all. It felt so just Disney. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, so there's you remember in the trailer when it shows the dude from the Bear, basically he's playing the Hutt, right? Jabba the Hutt's son, the dude in the fighting pit he's all buff. Okay. So that whole sequence, like in that fighting pit, they release other aliens with like weapons and shit. And so it's Mando and the Hutt teaming up against these other ones. Like, it's a fighting pit to fight to the death. Not a single one died. There's nothing in that pit that dies. And these are all like, the point of these specific alien species being brought there is because they're fucking killers.
Yeah.
So when they all escape, not a single audience member or like innocent is like killed. Like, there's just shit like that where like, I don't know, dude. It was just bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like, not even the TV series had like more balls to it than this movie.
That's crazy.
It was just, I didn't like it. I didn't finish watching it.
Damn. See, now I don't want to watch it.
Like, I was getting like anxious and bored.
Yeah.
And then I called my friend. I'm like, dude, this movie sucks. She's like, well, just stop watching it. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Just stop watching it.
Yeah, and I did.
Would you say it was better or worse than The Long Walk?
I mean, I finished The Long Walk.
That is true. That says a lot. That says a lot.
I mean, at the end of the day, I enjoyed The Long Walk.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy anything from The Mandalorian.
That sucks. So they just spent all that money on making it a movie when they could have just made the show. Probably made a better show rather than the movie.
I don't know, because I would imagine the writing would have been the same, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being too sensitive, but I don't know.
Stop being such a snowflake.
But since you brought up The Long Walk, how'd you feel about it?
In the beginning, it had me. I was really interested in the premise, but then towards the end, I was just kind of like, what the fuck happened here? You know, I was more so like, it's a resolution, but it just like kind of feels like a resolution.
But there isn't a resolution because like I have my own take on the ending, but I feel like a lot of people have interpretations of it. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I mean,
it's just kind of like, I just don't see the point. You get me? Like, what? Why did I just?
For nothing.
Yeah, it was all for nothing. Why did I watch all of this struggle for him to, for this kind of ending to happen? You know? So like, I'm just like, it's not a good movie. but it's not all. It's like meh. It's in the middle, honestly. I mean, I did like if like the first 2/3 of the movie had me.
I was gonna say it's that meme is like they had us in the first half.
Yeah, they had us in the first half, but then at the end it was just kind of like I don't know, you know. But I mean, I can see other people enjoying it though. I can see people maybe liking it better than I did.
Yeah,
and all that stuff. But it's just like to me, it just seems like the ending was kind of shit, and I just kind of wish they could have done it better.
There were some like story elements and plot, or I don't know, maybe I don't know if it was like creative decisions or that were like the Native American dude who kills the guard.
Yeah.
And then like they spend like 5 seconds just letting them stand there to set up shots for the people like the furthest away from like I don't know. Like we talked about that before, and it was just I don't know.
That was just kind of like weird. It's just like the reaction time of him taking the gun, shooting one of them down, still like being able to almost like aim the gun at one of them before he gets shot.
Yeah.
That was
the dude literally killed one. He took your gun, one of your guys' guns, killed one of you guys's, and you pause for like 5 to 7 seconds before you shoot him. Motherfuckers literally just step off the road, the asphalt, and you gun them down immediately.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't get that.
Yeah. Well, not just that too, but I mean, like, okay, he's down, he's bleeding out, but he still has the gun at hand.
Yeah,
he's still a threat. Like, sure, he might be weak or something like that, but who's to say he's not gonna fucking just randomly aim it up or just fucking shoot again? You're just like having a. It's. They clearly did it for the shot, and I get it, but it just
creates like this inconsistent. Yeah. But like we joked earlier, it's because he was in black, so it wasn't an immediate.
It wasn't an immediate kill on sight kind of thing. But I mean, like, also like what was his name, Pete, kind of being like the magical black person in the that kind of felt weird to me. I don't know. I felt that throughout the whole fucking beginning of it, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do with this. And just, and then we get the end, and the end is just like, I don't know. I don't get it.
What happened to the, remember the kind of smaller, annoying black kid? He had like the super kind of longish curly hair.
Oh, that motherfucker probably got killed.
Yeah, but I don't, because he kept popping up, and I don't remember.
A bunch of them died during the hill.
The night. But I kind of forgot about him, and then when it was like a few left, I was like, "Hey, what the fuck happened to that dude?"
He must have died during the hill.
Because I would have thought that they would have given him like a moment, like the dude that was trying to be an author, and you know how they give some other ones the moment. But nah,
they just like, because I mean, he only came up to tell him like, "Hey, you have a fan, and it's a little girl." Right?
No, he showed up a couple times, but they kept kicking him out of the group.
Yeah.
They would tell him to leave or whatever.
Also, the arc that one guy got, the one who was making fun of the kind of like the I'm gonna assume he kind of looked like he was kind of maybe queer. The guy, the kid, what was it, Rank? He kind of gave off like a little bit of a flamboyant vibe, and so then, but what was the other guy? The guy who fucking got him killed.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but
him like stopping and getting that shot of him, like I was just like, that's just, to me, it was just kind of like, what's no, well, I don't know. It felt too much for me. Like and honestly, like I understand that they're trying to kind of like portray this like whole thing as like everyone like you can't let the good die out, right? And so then they're showing concern about him fucking like, you know, wanting to kill himself and stuff like that. It's like, motherfucker, you were calling him killer, like literally.
That's my thing. It's like everyone in this thing, for whatever kind of reason, with the exception of Ray, like I guess the main dude, was a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I don't. As the movie went on, like the one that got the I guess potentially gay kid killed, I kind of like understood a little bit better that story arc where, well, you know what? I don't know. Like you obviously know you guys like motherfuckers are gonna die during that thing. Like we talked. Like what did you expect was gonna happen if he fell?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. Like did you think maybe with the fall was gonna be that bad and he's just gonna pop back up? Like I don't.
Yeah, like,
but if that's like why chance it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then to keep egging him on, knowing you're in a situation where like the dude Ray even fucking, or Pete even says it himself, is like, you got to keep your shit together. Like he tells motherfuckers not to pick on people so they can keep it together. Yet he's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like in a word, I don't know, dude.
I don't get it either. It was just like, that was kind of like that whole thing felt wishy-washy to me, but I'm not going to lie that I like, that first half like was was interesting. There were a few things that I was kind of like, okay. But yeah, towards the ending, it just, it lost me. Overall, though, I mean, I say watch it one way or another. Maybe you'll enjoy it.
It's a good way to kill time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good way to kill time.
Can you imagine though living in a world like that where like it's almost Hunger Games-esque, but it's not really? A person from each of the 50 states has to like put themselves into this walk.
Well, is it from all the 50 states?
It's 50 kids.
Yeah, but it's like throughout the nation. So I thought it was just a random lottery. I thought it was just 50 guys to represent the 50 states. I didn't know if it was everyone from every 50, every state. Because
it made it seem like it was from every state, because that one dude is like talking about living in a city, which is supposed to kind of give way to saying like, oh, I'm not from around here. You get me?
Yeah, but like, okay, wouldn't you have someone from like Hawaii? That's a state.
You probably did.
Who though?
Well, there was that one Asian looking kid that was like,
the one that just let himself die. It was like, I'm going home. The one that was chewing the gum, right?
No, there was another one. He was a taller, skinnier one.
I don't really remember him.
Yeah, he was tall. He had like a fucking, I think he had like a teal shirt on. And then he had like a kind of like a button up shirt, wearing it kind of like a jacket. And then once they got to the hill, I think that's one of the first ones to go. But yeah, there was another, like, he was definitely more darker in skin tone. So like, that's why I was like, kind of like, maybe he could be Hawaiian. I don't know. Maybe. Sorry, I'm racist, I guess. But I kind of felt like that one was representative of that.
Because the only one I remember, there's just the kind of religious black dude who said he was from Baton Rouge, right?
Yeah. What was his name? Baker.
Was he the only one that said where he was from, or did the other one say?
All of them kind of did, but I honestly didn't.
Like they weren't specific.
They weren't specific about it. Yeah. Plus, I mean, it's supposed to be a different state of like a state of how the country is, because supposedly there was a war and shit like that. So like, we don't even know if all 50 states are there. But I mean,
well, there has to be 50 something.
For 50 something.
Or maybe there isn't, and it's just the 50 are to represent the states that used to be. I don't know.
And you know what? They didn't represent the fucking territories too. So where's Puerto Rico in that? It should be 51.
Well, it's not a state though.
I know,
it's
but fuck that shit.
Well, then wouldn't it be 52 because of the
what was it, the fucking
Samoa?
That's true. It should be.
What the fuck is it called? Something Samoa, right?
I don't.
Yeah, but those guys.
Yeah. But
aren't the Virgin Islands one of ours? The Canary Virgin Islands, isn't that ours or something like that?
I think it is actually.
Is it a territory?
Yeah.
So shouldn't that be 53?
That should be 53. I mean, I think there's like a total of 50. Like there's like.
Don't we have like Greenland or some shit like that?
You wish. All right, we've gone long enough with this little thing. There's been a lot happening in the past couple of weeks, but the main things that I kind of like wanted to focus on, or at least the things that I found important, was
real quick before we get this, R.I.P. Sam Neill. Sam Neill. Jurassic Park.
Dr. Alan Grant. That's right. Yeah. Damn. What did he die of?
I think it was just kind of, he had cancer, but I think they said he was like passed away in his sleep. I think it was, I don't know. I could have sworn it was like natural causes or something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah.
He was pretty old though too, like in his 70s or something like that. Or 60s.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Damn.
Dude, people are hyping up the new Godzilla movie, the Supernova.
Yeah.
Because I guess he did scenes for it or something shit like that.
Oh, for real?
So I guess it would be his last
actual role. Yeah. That's crazy. Goddamn. It's that time. It's about that time, basically. We're gonna see all of this happen. And I mean,
speaking of people dying.
So we've, as of right now, they're saying that Mitch McConnell has died.
Who was it that died before him?
Lindsey Graham is the one who we got a confirmation that was dead. This happened a few days ago. But before we started, you mentioned that Mitch McConnell, like they were saying that he had died, right?
Per Fox News or something.
Fox News, yeah. Kentucky governor says, this is just a headline from Fox News. Kentucky governor says he received 2 calls from agencies indicating McConnell had passed. So we're probably gonna end up hearing something about this in a few days, most likely. But I mean, for the most part, I just wanted to, because this one's for sure dead. Lindsey Graham, senator of I believe Louisiana.
Yeah.
But he had passed away. This is from NBC News. Senator Lindsey Graham dies at 71 after brief and sudden illness. Graham died on Saturday night from a brief and sudden illness. This was last Saturday. His office said in a statement, emergency personnel responded to a call for cardiac arrest at Graham's Capitol Hill home on Saturday night. According to the police scanner audio obtained by NBC News, EMS audio later indicated CPR was in progress. Graham's office said Sunday that the preliminary cause of death was aortic dissection due to arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease. Jesus Christ, try to say that. Or a rupture in his aorta due to hardening of his arteries. So it was a natural causes. I mean, shit.
None of that sounds natural, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like, damn, like, you know, Hassan has always said this in his fucking streams. Evil never dies, but in this instance, I'm okay with that. Evil died in this instance. You get me?
Well, Iron Maiden also says that too.
Huh?
Iron Maiden also says that too. In one of their songs, what is it? The good with men do, or the evil men do lives on, or fuck.
No,
the
only
good
that. Well,
it's right before the good that men do is like something with their bones, and the evil men do lives on, or some shit like that. I forgot the beginning of the song.
Yeah. But there's also another one. Only the good die young, and all the evil seem to live forever. So, like, yeah. So, I mean, for those who don't know who Senator Lindsey Graham was, he was a Republican that just consistently voted within party lines. Apart from that, he also just basically constantly would end up basically just what you call it, if the president was a Republican, he would end up constantly just working with him and just doing just doing whatever they asked for. If the president was a Democrat, he would work against them. So it's just one of those situations where it's kind of like, okay, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, he was just in it for himself.
Most seem to be.
Like, I mean, it's for most politicians, that's kind of like the game, right? That's what it is. But him, like, he was like very fucking like.
Who's worse, him or Graham? I'm sorry, him or McConnell?
McConnell had more power than him, so I would say McConnell had the more of an influence of what would happen.
Yeah, he had more pull.
He had more pull. So, like, I would say that, like, but I mean, he's dying already. Like, or I mean, like, he was already out the door. This is his last year. He was gonna retire after this. So, like, him dying, like, was inconsequential because he's already done the fucking evil. Lindsey, however, he was gonna fucking run again. So now they have to do a fucking special election for him to fill in his seat. But I mean, one way or another, like, the guy has been seen talking shit about Trump before Trump got elected in 2016. And then as soon as he noticed that he was in the power, he's like, oh, I'm gonna suck his dick.
Well, our vice president, JD Vance, was talking shit about our current president. So, you know, this is how you know. Look, they're just true politicians. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. That's very, very true. But never mind the fact that like, I'm just gonna say this. My condolences to their family for losing someone that they love. Like, I'll acknowledge that. But that's as much as I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna whitewash his legacy, and I'm not gonna pretend like he was a fucking martyr, or he was the best thing that, you know, that happened to Congress or anything of that sort. Like, a lot of fucking politicians ended up doing, and I'm speaking about the Democrat politicians, you know, or like how as well, like, a lot of the mainstream media is doing, how they're just like basically like, oh, he was such a good politician, he was so dedicated to his work. Never mind him fucking like recently voting to pass like the fucking cuts that they did, and then all the fucking the cuts to Medicare, the cuts to fucking like just our social programs, so that his fucking his donors can get tax breaks.
Yeah,
he's always wanted to go to war with Iran. He's a fucking war hawk. He's always been wanting to do that. So, like, has he been like working for the benefit of our country? I don't think so.
He's working for the benefit for a country.
A country, yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily it's ours.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not gonna like fucking whitewash it in any sort of way. But one of the things that really just like, it irritates me and it pisses me off so much is the fact that you have a lot of Democratic senators that were affected by his fucking, like, this guy's Lindsey Graham's work or his opposition, and then he dies, suddenly Lindsey Graham was one of their best friends.
You have a bunch of pussies, not Democrats, pussies.
Yeah. Here, let me read out some of the stuff that Senator Alex Padilla, Democrat. I am shocked to hear of the sudden passing of Senator Graham. While we disagreed on much, I respect Lindsey's dedication to public service. From his time in the military, the House of Representatives, and the Senate, Angela and I are praying for his loved ones during this incredible, difficult time. Senator Adam Schiff, I'm sending my deepest condolences to Senator Lindsey Graham's family, friends, and all those who loved him. What I'll remember most about Senator Graham was his sense of humor and how he deployed it to move his policy positions forward. Though we did not often agree, Senator Graham was never disagreeable, and I will fondly remember our travels around the world along with Senator McCain to advance America's national security's interest. Warhawks. And the respect world leaders had for him. His staunch support for Ukraine, his willingness to reach across the aisle, and his quick wit and larger-than-life energy are part of his memory and legacy. Cory Booker, this isn't the full quote, but he said something in his quote, I will miss my partner, perhaps my most unexpected friend in the Senate. And then finally, Kamala Harris, I am saddened to learn of the passing of my former colleague, Senator Lindsey Graham. He was full of wit, energy, and charm, and he cared deeply about the Senate and the people of South Carolina. Oh, South Carolina is where he's from. Doug and I are sending our thoughts and prayers to his friends and loved ones.
You know, I'll say this. I can say that all that stuff could be true. Part of me feels that because a lot of it was like, oh, my former colleague. Part of me feels like all that stuff at one point was true. And, you know, people change. It's one of those, not that he had absolute power, but, you know, power kind of corrupts and shit. So, yeah. I mean, how many times have we, look, I'm not defending them or them for, you know, but I can almost see that. Like when, you know, someone that you've known for so long passes or whatever, you kind of just do default to the positive, you know what I mean? Like the good shit.
I feel like it's kind of like, that's the thing. They are coworkers and there is no rivalry between them as far as like, you know, what their policies, you get me? That's what I'm trying to say. Well, that's the way that I took it, because this guy has stumped so many of your policies with his votes, with his rhetoric. Like there's so much that this guy has done against you, yet somehow they talk about him how they're buddies basically. And sure, maybe there was a history back then, but honestly, I'm pretty sure that there still is, because it's all a game to them. You get me?
That's what I'm saying. I go, and that, well, that's another point I should say is that kind of is politics.
Yeah.
You bitch, moan, and fight across the fucking aisle, and then you go have drinks after. It's it's like you said, it's a game.
Yeah.
Like there are no stakes
for them because there really aren't.
There isn't.
It all like they're not stakeholders. But I mean, like one of the things that to me is like, you don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
The most basic thing that you could say is what I said. My condolences to the family for losing one of their loved ones, for losing their loved ones, and that's it.
But I like I said, I think it was because they probably were legitimate
they
friends.
Were legitimate friends.
Yeah.
They probably no. That's the thing, and that's the thing that kind of irritates me is the fact that like they were friends, and so and also the media just go like fawning over fucking Lindsey Graham and all of his accomplishments, like he actually was a fucking white dove or something like that. Meanwhile, like you know, same thing what they did with Charlie Kirk, right? Charlie Kirk was like fucking like, oh my god, look at his legacy, look at all this stuff, and then you know, but he's been fucking spewing out rhetoric that's what you call it, threaten the lives of a bunch of people, you know, not because of like him saying it directly, but it's just that the rhetoric that he spews basically is kind of like a fucking what you call it, a noxious gas that just infects people, and they do the things that you know. Because of the way that he said it, he put his words out, right?
At the end of the day, he was an influencer.
Yeah, exactly. And so then but I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like this in particular coming from the Democratic Party, like it really infuriates me just because of that. Because it's like, you are not taking this serious. Because if you're all fucking buddy about with this guy who's clearly looking to shit on your fucking parade and you're just taking it like a fucking idiot, and not doing anything about it, the fuck is wrong with you?
It just makes everything. I'm not sure how to phrase this, but it just makes everything seem so blatantly performative when it comes to politics.
Yeah, definitely.
When I see shit like that.
Yeah, definitely. At this point, like, I don't feel it's all a joke, you know, like,
yeah.
And as a citizen who's going through all the bullshit that we're going through right now, and who casts a vote on Democrats that you feel are supposed to be the opposition, and then you see this bullshit, it's just very fucking like disheartening.
Yeah.
You know,
I've always been like this when it came to politics, but now it's even worse. It's like, don't give me that rock the vote bullshit, or like, for what?
Yeah.
For what? It doesn't matter.
You know, one of the things that I was thinking about too is like Democrats are the reason why gayness, racism, not gayness, but homophobia, racism, and fucking transphobia are what's being used as a weapon against us.
Yeah.
You know, because they keep fucking bringing it up in a way where it's like, no, we have to care about these rights. Absolutely. I'm not going to argue against that. But you can't bring up that subject about like these minorities that are being affected without addressing the fact that people are fucking hurting in their pockets. You know, if you're not willing to take care of everyone's financial situation, then you can't take care of the other societal stuff that you're talking about. You use this fucking their suffering or our suffering as like, oh my God, we have to take care of these people. You have to be good. You have to be good people. You have to take care of these people. Meanwhile, they're fucking robbing us blind from the back.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like honestly, it's fucking bullshit, dude.
That was always like my biggest thing. And I always had a hard time articulating that, especially on the other podcast. But it's like, when I say I don't care if two dudes or two women want to get married, and I say that not because it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
When it starts to affect me is when that's all I hear about. And that's all you seem to be pushing for when gas is $6 a fucking gallon.
Right.
Like at this point, it's like whether they can or can't get married. What is that? Okay. I get you're helping a very, a certain segment of the population that's been shit on for a very long time. But all you're doing is you're making people not like them more by focusing all your fucking attention on that versus something like housing or the wage discrepancy or just shit like that, which will help everyone, including those gay people that can't or want to get or can't or want to get married or whatever that situation is at that time.
Right.
Because what good is two gay people getting married if they can't fucking afford it?
Well, they can't afford it. Yeah. I mean, like,
you know, like you got to fix racism, homophobia, shit like that. Those are social issues.
Yeah.
Just as much as, like I said, like the wage discrepancy, cost of living, housing, and all, those are all social issues. You take care of the social issues that incorporate everyone, then everyone starts to calm down. Like tempers start to cool. People aren't stressed and on edge and just scraping and clawing to just stay afloat.
Yeah.
Then you can start introducing like, hey, these people, now it's their turn. You know what I mean? Like you can't necessarily start, and this not just for this goes for everyone across the board. You can't start with the super small. Make sure everyone's being fed, because once everyone's being fed, they're nice and distracted, they're nice and comfortable. Then you can start.
Yeah, I mean, like it's one of the major reasons why a lot of like within like the 2000s and the 2010s is where people were talking more about, you know, gay rights and stuff like that, and just kind of pushing for that, and why people have become more accepting of gay people, because like everyone had their fucking money, everyone had like they weren't fucking struggling to fucking pay bills and so forth, etc., etc. As things have gotten worse now, like because our politicians haven't done anything to fucking ensure our success, or for us to maintain that sort of like quality of life that we did before. The Republicans and the right wing for the most part has been able to be like, you see, they focus on this, now everything's going to shit because they focus so much on this, when that's not really what happened. You get me? And then the fact that Democrats don't want to fucking address that attack and be like, it's not their fault, it's because, you know, the rich are getting the rich are paying us off and fucking, you know, not letting us pass any bills or anything that's going to benefit you. You get me? Like, this is stupid bullshit like that. And but yeah, like I mean, as far as like Lindsey Graham, rest in piss, motherfucker. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like, that's all I gotta say about that fucker. And I'm hoping that whoever fills this seat is either someone who will work for the citizens of America, or someone who will be shit at his job, worse than Lindsey Graham, and at least you know not do much for the Republican Party. You get me? Because quite frankly, we don't need more savvy Republican, in my opinion, Republican what you call it, senators or House.
You know what? I won't say that. I don't care if you're Republican and savvy and smart. Just don't be a shithead. Because there are decent Republicans out there. You know what I mean? There are the ones that have distanced themselves and fucking even fired back at Trump and all that shit. Like, there are motherfuckers that just don't go on with it.
But I mean, like, one way or another, though, like, even if they don't go fully all the way in there,
I know they're still locked into being a Republican.
Yeah. You get me? So, like, well, it's like, I mean, in the same veneer that you have Democrats, it's still like.
That's what I'm saying. I can't
that.
say that because then when the shoe's on the other foot, then all of a sudden we're moving the goalposts, or the left is moving, or the Democrats moving.
Because the Democrats have the same thing too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's, for me, it's not an all thing. It's just.
But let me just say this. But from seeing it from the lesser of two evils kind of thing, despite the fact that the Democrats are still doing the same bullshit, in the sense where like they're still taking money from corporations, they'll still try to kind of like not allow a lot of shit to pass. At least they're letting some shit pass. You get me? And they're fighting for some things, you know?
Yeah.
In comparison to like how the past 2 years we've seen a Republican powered House, along with a fucking Republican Congress or Senate, and a Republican president, and you've already seen the damage that they've done. You know, like we can't, and this is like a bunch of sycophants to Donald Trump that are just saying yes to everything that he says.
But I will say this also too, in some sort of like defense, is they haven't been exactly playing by the rules from the get go.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? They have been circumventing a lot of bullshit. So it's again, I'm not trying to like excuse anything, but it's just kind of a weird, like unprecedented situation where it's like, if we had a normal president and shit was just weird like this, I would 100% agree. But I don't know, at least for me, it's not a normal situation. It's a very, I hope, once in a fucking, I know it won't be once in a lifetime, but like once in a fucking 100 years kind of situation where we get a psycho like this in charge, and you know, but I feel like that's kind of the root issue.
You know, let me just put this. So this happened during Obama, right? I believe Obama was trying to go for Medicare for all. He was trying to push that into the Senate to have him vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
They were not cool with it. Nobody wanted it, right? Because they don't. So Republicans were pushing like their counter offer to the Medicare for all, or I don't even think it was Medicare for all, but it was something that was hell of a lot better than what
was available at the time.
Was available at the time, and also what ultimately came out after it. So the Republicans ended up pushing out Romneycare, which is basically Obamacare. It's a system that we had. That it was the same thing. But here's what thing. So when talks came to an end, and then they brought in another fucking thing or another solution, Obama brought in basically what was Romneycare, Obamacare. They're both one and the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing. What did the Republicans do? They played politics. They voted against it. They were talking shit about it. They were talking about how bad it was. So they like this. It's the same fucking thing that they brought on. It's their bill. It was literally their bill, but they were like, no, not anymore. So like, what was the point of that of that opposition? You were literally going to get what you had fucking asked for, but because it got spun around and it became an idea of the Democratic Party, you didn't want to give them that win.
Yeah, okay, I'll concede to that.
You get me?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that to me is just like, and mind you, this is politics. This happens in politics.
I was gonna say, but I'll concede it. But like that, to me, that's just normal politics. Yeah,
it's politics. Yeah, it's politics. But I mean, to me, it's just like you only see that from the Republicans, though.
Yeah.
So this is like, as far as like Republicans, what they have been for the past 20 years, I don't see any
Yeah.
I don't see any value in that, dude. And like, and the Democrats, yeah, like they've been fucking going down in value, but honestly, at least they're able to kind of like keep things progressively getting worse, but like at a slower rate, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I mean, like, but don't get me wrong. If I have the option to have someone, whether they be fucking left or right or independent, but or Republican or Democrat, but they're fucking totally going for like, you know, social program, what you call it, improvements, making sure that people get their money and all that stuff, I'll fucking vote for them. Let's create a different party. Let's fucking like, or
Yeah.
let's do something about it. But like, excuse me. But as far as like the Republican Party that I see now, I just like, I don't see any value to them in our politics or in our political system because they haven't been doing anything to that has benefited at all in the past 20 years. Like, I can't think of anything good that Lindsey Graham voted for that was to the benefit of the American people. Same thing with Mitch McConnell. We don't know if he's dead. According to Fox News, he might be. But I mean, like,
It's a Schrodinger senator.
yeah, Schrodinger's is. We don't know if he's yeah, he's in the box.
Yeah.
We haven't opened the box yet, you know. But I mean, it's the same thing. And Mitch McConnell has been doing fucking the same bullshit too. So it's like, I don't know. Like, to me, I'm sorry. I know that I sound very like anti-Republican and everything.
No,
like that.
you know what? And as you're saying this, yeah, I
And it's not that I'm just like that. That's the thing though. So like, I'm not anti-Republican because they're the other side.
I know. And you know what? You say that the moment you brought up that point, the first thing I thought was the Iran war, because like he thought Obama was too soft with that Iran deal, and look where we're at now.
Yeah.
Everything was going fucking great.
Yeah.
And we're at war for the second time in a year. Well, I guess the first one didn't really finish, and then aren't they gonna?
There was like whatever ceasefire they had wasn't the end of the war. You get me? They wanted to tout it like it was the end of the world, the war. I mean, it might be the end of the world, but.
And aren't we trying to like fusion dance our militaries with Israel or some shit? I sent you that thing kind of in hopes that you look into it, because like I was really interested, but a lot of these things I send you, they're interesting, but I'm like, I also don't want to read it because it's depressing.
It really is. It really is. You know what? There is a little bit of hope though, because I think the House recently voted no to supporting military aid to Israel. So at least like
we stopped giving them aid, I think is what that's what I thought I read, that that Israel has said they no longer need aid from the United States. That's what I remember seeing, is Israel was that we no longer need military assistance. So no more weapons or any of that shit.
I think that's bullshit.
Oh no, it is. But I think from what I read it was a move by Netanyahu to kind of boost the Trump approval.
Yeah, I bet. But what you call it? What I was gonna say is like, no, I think like there was a bill that was, I think it was Thomas Massey that pushed out or is an amendment to a bill where like unconditional aid to Israel was no longer on the table, and 100 and I think it was over 100 Democrats that voted no, like to not like, or voted in favor of not giving them aid, but it was a no vote basically when it came to the bill. And so I'm gonna say that anything that has to do with Israel right now, it's got the opposite Midas touch. You know, same thing with Trump right now, because quite frankly, how must it suck to be a Jewish person right now? Honestly, for that, in that instance where like you have a history of your people getting fucked over by some fucking racist white pricks from Germany, and then you fucking like, your family probably went through that, and then some of them came down here to the US, they created a life down here, went through anti-Semitism and everything like that. And then once things started getting better for you, Israel comes up with their fucking Zionism, and now they're conflating you with Israel.
Well, I forgot who it was I was watching, and it was funny because they were like, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not pro-Nazi, pro-Holocaust or any of that shit. But at some point, you gotta start to wonder, it's like, not that was Hitler wrong, but like, was his thought process that far off? Because if throughout history, your people are the ones constantly persecuted from the places you decide to go and settle, you have to start to think, you're the common denominator. What are you doing to piss every fucking other civilization or like population you're trying to integrate to that is attacking you, turning on you. And I think it's starting to appear now in the modern day to show, again, not this is not me saying, but like I'm kind of what he's saying is like not to justify anything that they went through, but at some point you like them and just people as a whole got to stop and realize like, hey, why is it just you guys everywhere you go? Why does it seem just to be you guys? You know what I mean? Like, because even if you go like through the Bible, it's just them constantly conquering things.
Yeah.
Go conquest. I'm like, yeah, you're the good guys because it's your book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those situations. Just like now, you can't, for a very long time, you can't be Muslim without being thought of as a bad guy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of those. They're starting to find out what it's like to be the other side.
And the thing is, it's like it's still the case for a lot of Muslims where they're
yeah, and that's like, the thing.
When what was it? I think in Michigan there's a Dr. Abdullah Sayed. He's running for Senate, I believe, against Mallory. Was it Mallory? No, Haley Stevens. Is it? I don't know. It's either Mallory McMarrow or Haley Stevens. I'm going with Haley Stevens. But whole point is, Abdullah Sayed is basically running as kind of like a DSA candidate, but he's not part of the DSA. But he's running on kind of like on that sort of platform. He's been endorsed by I believe AOC and also Bernie Sanders. But he is Muslim, obviously, or of Muslim descent. And you just fucking see the fucking pamphlets that are against him, and they're basically just fucking racist attacks against them.
Obama's middle name was Hussein. How much fucking drama did that cause?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, but I mean, this is coming from the opposition within the Democratic Party.
No, yeah.
You get me?
Okay, I just want to say this, just to clarify about the anti-Semitism thing. I would liken that situation with that reputation that Americans have of you're Americans, so you think you're the best.
Yeah.
But that's very much how we were raised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're a very isolated fucking country, very fucking up our own ass and shit like that. But so is Israel. And I think that's why we get along with them so much, because, you know, they have that whole God's chosen. But and I think the US has that. We're the world police. Yeah. No one made us a world police. We made ourselves a world police.
We took up on the fucking mantle.
Because we hyper evolved as a country. We fucking went through a massive, rapid evolutionary fucking period in terms of just military, technology, medicine, everything because of and after World War II. And there was no one really to stop us. And Israel has that with the virtue of the Holocaust, where no one's going to fuck with them. It made them untouchable. Just like us being America, both geographically and like economically and militarily, we are also untouchable.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing with Israel too is like the fact that like
both countries just started buying into their own bullshit. Yeah,
but I mean, like as far as like Israel goes, though, like the only reason why they what you call it are able to kind of hold their own is because they're being supported by almost every other country. You get me? As far as like any of the established countries from the fucking have been giving into them, like whether it be military support or it be some sort of support they're giving to them. So like it's like when,
but that's also the guilt trip.
No, yeah, it's because of the guilt trip.
Yeah,
that they're so like take all of that away from them and they're just fucked. Honestly,
yeah, that and that's my. I think I said it on the last podcast. It's like for all the people that seem fine telling black people it's like slavery was what 200 years ago.
Yeah,
get over it. Like, yeah, the Holocaust is coming about 100 years. Countries are starting to get over that shit.
Yeah,
because they're starting to see as like you guys aren't any better than
I mean, like I think every fucking sovereign state has a what you call it, a right to defend itself, but it doesn't have a right to commit a genocide.
Yeah.
You get me? So like, because that was always the questioning after October 7th. It was like, does Israel have a right to defend itself? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that defending yourself doesn't mean bombing a fucking like a whole city down into rubble.
Here's the thing that I never understood about, and I'm not trying, I'm not going to go down this conspiracy thing or anything like that, but Israel it's basically like an isolation state. Like you know what I mean? They're very locked down, very secure.
Yeah.
I find it I won't say impossible. I find it implausible that you have a group of terrorists able to sneak in and do the shit they did without any Mossad or anything having any fucking idea of that.
Here's a reason why it actually did happen, or I feel like it did. Because of their fucking their territorial expansion, what they were trying to do, they got lax in security in the inner city.
You know what though? I can't buy that. It's fucking Israel, and there's non-Israelis in there. I can't imagine when there's non-Israelis in their territory that they'll ever get lax.
I believe that there was some reporting saying that Netanyahu was told that this was happening, that there were plans of something like this on this scale.
I've heard that too. That's why I said I don't want to go into the conspiracy of it.
But I mean,
it kind of does remind me of that whole we knew about Pearl Harbor before it happened. And the Japanese even said, like, we told you what we were gonna fucking do, and we never got a response. So we did our part. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't put it past like Benjamin Netanyahu to be like, yeah, fuck it, this is perfect for us. Mm-hmm. This is gonna give us the fucking the social currency. This is their 9/11.
It's their 9/11, so that they can go ahead and bomb them all up and shit, like the poor fucking Palestinians. But like, because it was reported that they were told, or that at least that Israeli intelligence knew about the attack that was gonna happen. Apart from that, I don't know, dog. But when like a small group of fucking fighters has multiple of your fucking citizens holding them as hostages, I wouldn't think to carpet bomb the whole fucking place where they're being held.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, but I mean, to be fair, I'm not a fucking tactician or anything of that sort, but that just seems like a fucking shitty way to handle that situation, or to fucking like save your hostages.
How many hostages was it originally?
I think, wasn't it like 10 or something like that? Where I forgot.
Do you ever remember that movie Munich? That whole hostage situation on the plane. But you know the hostage situation in the plane. You know, a bunch of Israelis hostages on the plane and shit like that.
No.
Well, yeah, fucking German ones went in there, their SWAT or whatever. So I think that's where it was, and it turned into kind of a mess. But like the point is, there was a tactical unit that went in. They didn't fucking to your point. They didn't fucking carpet bomb the plane and shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And even if they did, I would give them that, because it was at an airfield. You clear out the airfield, you blow up the fucking place.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
When's the solution to put out a fire to set more fire, like to set fire to the surrounding area? Yeah. You get me? Well, I mean that technically.
It's the control burns and stuff.
But I mean, like figuratively, like I just don't understand how that was supposed to like fix your situation or even like rescue the hostages. And then the thing is, like, people were, I'm sorry, but you're too stupid to realize that they never really cared about the hostages.
No, of course not.
They never did. They saw them as
they're
fucking
martyrs.
Martyrs, yeah. That's what they'll fucking use them in such a perverse way to further get social credit or to get curry favor from the world, because it's like, oh my God, they killed their hell. If you kill him with your own shit, you can say, oh my God, Hamas killed him, but it might have been you.
Yeah.
You get me? Like,
well, and that's another thing I do remember hearing. They were saying that some of the wounds on hostages and civilians don't line up from position of fire of Hamas.
Yeah.
Like in terms of exit and entry rooms. Like some of those fucking shots were not from Hamas, from where the positions that the bodies were found in, where they're like the directions there. Like it was not, it was, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to go into the conspiracy of it. I'm not trying to but I mean,
just use your fucking, like, your common sense, you know, use some critical thinking. Like, let's just be real about that. Like, when someone tells you, oh, we need to carpet bomb this place because we need to save the hostages, where the hostages are being held, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me, dog.
I keep seeing this too. So when we started the war with Iran, they kept posting, or a big thing was Israel took out a lot of key higher ups in Iran, right? And they would show pictures of the strikes on the apartments or wherever they're being held, or they were hiding out or having their meetings when they were killed. And a lot of them were just holes in the side of buildings or apartments. And there's tons of comments being like, you're telling me you have the ability to literally just blow up a single apartment building.
Yeah.
Like on the 7th floor, to take out the people in that apartment. But it was necessary to take out a fucking building full of school children.
Yeah.
For one person.
Does it make sense? I don't know what to say about this. Like, I mean, I can fucking read the tea leaves, you know. It seems very fishy. I don't understand why. You know, I just like I shouldn't be surprised at how stupid people can be, or how ignorant. Stupid is such a harsh word. How ignorant people can be, or how much of a lack of critical thinking, or how deep in the sauce they are. Because I mean, this is also programming. Like you fucking are raised with a certain amount. Like we're seeing it now with Trumpism and everything like that. But I don't know if you can't use some sort of like critical thinking in situations like these. I'm speechless.
I'm hoping that a lot of this comes from religious Christians, because not that I'm willing to give them a pass, but I'm willing to be like, okay, not that I inherently have any issues with religions, any of them. I have an issue with the potential it poses for certain people, because there's certain people out there where it's just really easy for them to get lost in the sauce. And I heard someone else talking about this on another podcast where they're like, I used to get mad at like really pushy religious people, like trying to get you into Jesus. And then they were like, someone explained it to me is like, yeah, you can get mad at them, but look at it this way. They're so into it. They're like that because they have a legitimate fear for your soul. They're so lost into it that they want, like, they feel they have the obligation to do everything they can to keep you out of hell. That's their mentality. And I'm like, that's kind of terrifying, because especially when it comes to Christianity and the state of Israel, because I feel like that's what's letting them get away with a lot of shit. That whole God's chosen people, and which is weird because if I understand the whole Israeli thing properly, you're not getting into heaven unless you're Jewish, Christian, or otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, they're not fond of Christians there either. So like, I never understood that as, I guess, my thing.
I mean, it's just kind of like a symbiotic relationship where Christians,
it's not though.
Christians believe that the Jewish people must rise in order for the rapture to happen.
No, I get that, but you can't say it's symbiotic, because the Jewish people get absolutely nothing from the Christians.
No, they get the support right now.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's symbiotic, because for me, for it to be a true symbiosis, Christianity gets something out of Judaism.
Right.
Judaism is not getting anything out of Christianity in terms of its religion. It's only getting shit out of in terms of like the perceived connection between the religions. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you go to Israel, you're in Israel as a Christian, motherfuckers are passing you by on the street, spitting on you.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's not, there is no symbiosis there for them.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care about those Christians.
Yeah.
They care about the American Christians.
The American ones that are actually
that
like,
keep the money coming in. And shit. That's what I mean. That's why I say it's not a true symbiosis.
It's a parasitic one.
Yes.
I know. I had the same thought, but I mean, like, moving away, let's I mean, I kind of want to move away from it.
That's fine.
Because it's like,
you want to talk about Hegseth trying to make mandatory testosterone checks for the military?
What?
Yeah. He wants to start doing mandatory testosterone checks, like to make sure the levels are high enough in our soldiers. I'm pretty sure it's like one of those things for trying to maybe root out gay people and trans people or whatever.
Probably.
But
you know what? Gays that are in the military, trans people that are in the military, unless you really need to do it because you need the money, get the fuck out of there.
You're not a victim blame, but you are knowing what you're getting into.
It's not even that. At this point, they don't want you there. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. Choose your battles.
Yeah, choose your battles.
You're going in there. I would imagine if you're signing up for this, especially as a trans person, you have to know you're signing up for an uphill battle. Just stay away. And it's a shitty thing to say, but especially right now,
it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not. You're not going to win this fight. It sucks to say.
And honestly, why the fuck would you want to like? Why the fuck? It's just like the whole fucking shit you're gonna go through is not worth the payout that you think you're gonna get. Not to mention, if you do end up getting fucking if they're knock on wood, hopefully it never happens, but if you get fucking deployed, you're fighting with people who don't fucking care about you.
Yeah.
You know, is that really the camaraderie you're looking for? You know?
And then to come back home to a country who doesn't give two shits about the things you did out there.
Exactly. Because I mean, like, as much as they like to say they support their military, we have a lot of homeless veterans, you know, so do you?
I mean, I know fucking veterans that even through like VA shit struggle to get shit done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was just saying, like, I don't know. I just like, I don't think how listen, if I were to be someone who wants people to fight for me because I'm getting money out of it or something like that, let's just pretend that's the case. I would want them to be at least like have marginally happy for them to offer themselves up like that. You get me? And when you start taking away shit like the VA, or just like when you start seeing how a lot of the fucking our veterans are treated, and how a lot of them are just kind of pushed away, like if they were a hindrance. Like, we need them when it comes to war times, but the moment that they come back home, that's it. It's like they're like, nah, get the fuck out. You fucking fulfilled your purpose, you know? It's like, dude, that's not a good way to fucking like get supporters. You get me? Like, it's not a good way to get a fucking.
You know what's funny now though? Like, that's that formula that basically use and abuse the soldier kind of mentality. That's very much what they turn the working class into.
Yeah,
that's it.
It is.
Just go until you're no longer useful.
Yeah,
and then good luck to you after that.
I mean, if anything, they want everyone to work until they die.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I mean, quite frankly, like when they were looking to increase the what you call it, the Social Security to 67, at one point they were talking about going up to 70. You know, like that's pretty fucked up. You get me? Like, they want a fucking working class that just, it's a seamless transition from old to young. Like,
I remember seeing one of the arguments for that. I was like, well, if you think about it, people are living longer. I'm like, yeah, so let them have the extra time to fucking enjoy their life.
Yeah. I mean, people are fucking working sometimes somewhere between 40 to 80 hours or even more a week.
Sometimes multiple jobs.
Just to fucking like, just to try to survive. Yeah. Make ends meet, essentially. And well, fuck them for wanting to have some sort of retirement.
Yep.
You know, to enjoy whatever little time they have left after they fucking used up their bodies to fucking provide profit to some big company.
Like, I notice it a lot in the in construction, especially now, because it's a pretty like diverse age ranges out there. You get some people out of high school, some people in their 20s, 30, you know, just throughout. The older people like in their 50s and above, and there are still like younger guys that are this way though. It's very much just work, and blah 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 blah. And then you have guys like me, and then younger guys where we're like, nah, I don't want to come in on this Saturday because I want to go out, or you know what I mean. And it's like, yeah, but the overtime. I'm like, what's the point of all this overtime if I don't have the time to spend the money I'm making off of it? Like, I'm not a dragon. I'm not here. I'm not looking for vast amounts of wealth. Maybe that's a flaw in me. I don't know. But even if I wasn't, I like, what good is it hoarding it if I can't spend it or enjoy it? Like, you get shit on a lot for having that mentality of working to live as opposed to living to work.
Living to work, yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad, especially like seeing the older dudes out there being like
the ones that always like, oh, the youth don't want to work. They don't want to do just because you didn't want to take up a fucking overtime shift. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I commend you for doing that. You probably needed to do that for necessity for your family. I get that. Like the only reason why I want to say men 20, 30 years ago needed to work overtime or needed to work so much was because it was I would say like what, a single unit, like, or single member.
A lot of,
like, you know, that was making a lot, needed to make money for the whole family. You get me? It's not like both parents were fucking working or something like that. So like,
but also if you think about it, especially back then, like let's say the 40s, 50s, 60s, even into the 70s, and you know, fuck it, even the 80s, all that overtime, all that extra work, it was to the goal of retirement.
Yeah.
So you can just chill after that and not have to worry that, you know, because back then you had your severance and all this shit. Your company still took care of you if you were there for, you know what I mean?
If you were there,
there isn't any of that anymore.
None of that anymore.
So like, I understood that huge ethic because there was a light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah.
There is no more light. It's just all tunnel.
Yeah. Like the idea that you're going to be taken care of by the company that you work for, like after you've given them 20, 25 years or more of your life to them, that's non-existent anymore. Like, that is very true. What was it? We had pensions and now we have, 401ks. And that's just not the same, you know?
No, it's not.
And so, yeah, like there's been a tremendous shift from from unions and working class the workers having power, or just, you know, ensuring that the workers are taken care of, to where now corporations are allowed to take as much as they can from the workers legally, of course, to the point to where they just want to make profit, as much profit as they want. They want all the monies in the world. They're not just satisfied with profit. They must have more profit every year. And so, yeah, our government needs to fucking rein that shit back. There needs to be an opposition to this whole fucking the idea of like what you call it, of corporations just basically getting away with all the shit that they've been. There just needs to be more stricter regulation for it, honestly. There also needs to be like, because there's a lot of like loophole bullshit, or a lot of what I consider loophole bullshit, where it's like, yeah, you can fucking raise the minimum wage and you're gonna make these people pay more money, but then everyone else is raising their fucking prices for no fucking reason.
It doesn't. You're never catching up.
You're never catching up. It's this fucking arms race that is already like that's just created. And it's like, bro, fucking create. We can do a fucking ratio where we can just be like, yeah, you can't fucking raise your prices this much.
It's the kind of, it's same but different situation, like we were talking about with the, you know, when you talk about like the gay rights and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, these poor minimum wage workers, let's get them more money. But all you're doing by giving them more money, you're going to drive prices up everywhere else, like you said, and you're going to make shit worse for everyone else. Yeah. Make sure everyone else is on that equal playing field first. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, look, this is going to sound weird and I don't mean it like that. Maybe the problem isn't that minimum wage workers need more money. Maybe shit's too fucking expensive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's called minimum wage because that should be
the minimum required for
you to live, survive. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you're constantly having to raise it and it still doesn't catch up, then that's not a minimum wage. No. Then you have a problem everywhere else. Yeah. Not in that industry.
The minimum wage is an excuse to kind of make people more complacent with the system. Basically.
And again, they've turned minimum wage workers into the bad guys. Yeah. You know?
Like the whole idea of like giving to like restaurant workers $20 an hour, like that was weaponized to me. It's like, what the fuck? They're just gonna be getting $20 to flip a burger? It's like, yeah, bro. Everyone should be getting like be happy, rejoice that they've been getting like, because ultimately in the end, that means that you should be asking for more money.
I will say this though, I'm all for everyone getting their bread. I truly am, but god damn it, I do not like the idea of McDonald's workers getting $20 an hour because I love the filet of fish. Right. I know it's an unholy sandwich for a lot of people.
You're disgusting, and I am very, very disappointed.
I'm going to make it worse. I do not like the slice of cheese that they put on it, but I love the tartar sauce. So I always get cheese.
The tartar sauce is pretty good.
It's always no cheese, extra tartar sauce. And look, this is my fault. Maybe this is the definition of insanity. So maybe I am fucking crazy, but I know that 8 times out of 10, my order will be wrong. Yet I still go because I love the sound. My point is, if you can't not fucking put cheese on a sandwich, and you know how many fucking times it's the exact opposite? It is at least 80% of the times where it's extra cheese and no sauce. Okay. How?
Here's what we're gonna do.
You don't get $20 for that.
Here's what we're gonna do.
There's one time they gave me a chicken fucking sandwich. It's not even the same fucking animal, god damn it. And you want $20 fucking dollars?
Wait, hold on. They're both white meat though.
One is in the sky. One is in the opposite of the sky.
Chickens are not in the sky. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
they can fly though. They glide. Whatever. They fucking whatever. It doesn't matter, Will. I asked for a fish and you gave me a fucked up dinosaur.
You're not wrong about that one. They are dinosaurs.
And you want $20? Look, this is just McDonald's. You work Carl's Jr. Take $5 of the dollars we would have given at McDonald's. I don't know if there's very many Burger Kings. Give them some of the $5 that would have, just not McDonald's people. If you can't give me a fucking proper fillet of fish, then you don't deserve a minimum wage.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do, because I want to see how true this claim is. Whenever the fillet of fish is back on the menu, because it's a seasonal thing, isn't it?
Oh no, it's an everyday thing.
Oh, okay. Next time that we get together and we go out for food, we're gonna go to 10 different McDonald's. And we're gonna do the same order in every McDonald's. I want to see how many times they get it wrong. Okay. You down?
I'm down.
We're gonna go 10 different McDonald's. Needs to be.
Look, all I'm hearing is, hey, you got to eat 10 fillet of fishes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to eat 10 fillet of fishes, whether they're fucking correct or not. You're like, you get me? You might get a McChicken in there, but fuck it.
You know what's funny?
I'll take a McChicken if it's a McChicken, okay?
You know what's funny is like I do eat them when they're wrong, and they end up all mangled because I peel the cheese off and there's no sauce, and I eat it, and I have such a bitch. I can feel the bitch face on me as I'm eating. I am so pissed off and bitter. I'm just like, this is fucking bullshit.
I was like, you're probably thinking, motherfuckers.
Like the only way, like I can't see my face, but I imagine it like the human version of the grumpy face cat. Like, just
pretty much.
I am like just chewing with anger, just fucking anger.
Like, you're lucky that I'm hungry and I need to eat this. Jesus Christ.
That was my little rant. But everyone else, give them the money they need.
I mean, like, honestly, I just feel like, okay, like there's just no way that you can increase the minimum wage without fucking putting some sort of stoppage on increasing the prices of
everything has to keep up.
It just doesn't make sense in any sort of way. Because rent goes up despite the fact that taxes for properties haven't gone up. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you pay a flat rate of property tax depending on how valuable the property is. So rent for it to go up every fucking like 3 years when the fucking tax rate hasn't increased for property taxes. I mean, the only thing that's probably increasing is your own wage tax. So like, if you report any money on fucking gains, well, that's you, dog. You have to pay those taxes. We like your fucking tenants don't have to pay for your taxes. Like, they have to pay their own taxes. They don't get to fucking write shit off. Yeah. Like, why the fuck do tenants have to pay off for your taxes? So why do you increase the profit on? Why do you increase apart from that? If you're a fucking landlord that doesn't fucking do shit like to maintain their property, what the fuck are you expecting, dude? Like, come on now. And you're charging such an absurd rate of a fucking monthly rent? No, come on, get off of it.
But the thing is, you can, because what else is there? Where else are people going to go? You know what I mean?
I mean, no, there's such a demand for it that I understand that. I understand.
No, I 100% agree with you, but like, it's one of those situations I understand that, where,
but that's like, but that's the thing. It's like, if the government doesn't step in to kind of fucking do something to kind of like tame that shit down, then we get things like how we have downtown LA, where there's a bunch of fucking buildings that are luxury apartments but are fucking like 60% vacant, because guess what? Not everyone can get a fucking luxury apartment or can afford one.
Yep.
And and so then like you have 60% vacancy in a lot of these big buildings, yet there's so many homeless people in downtown and in the surrounding areas. You get me? It's such a fucking weird disparity that we live in, quite frank. And it's just like the lack of urgency to fix it is what's even more troubling to me, because it just means that it's just complacency. You get me?
It honestly feels like a really slow phase out.
Yeah.
I think we've mentioned it before, or I don't know, maybe I'd seen it somewhere, or maybe I heard you mention like the phasing out of the middle class.
Yeah. I mean, there's virtually no middle class at this point. It's like there needs to be the blurring of the lines of classes right now is essentially what has, I want to say, the goal of the ultra rich, because they need to have such a distinction for themselves that they are above everyone else.
I know I've said it before, and I don't want it to be a catchphrase, but last I read, single income household at $100,000 is considered low income. So.
Yeah.
In California, Southern California.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, if you were making six figures like that, that's 6 figures, right? 100,000. You were doing very well for yourself. You were doing
pretty well for yourself.
All the way basically through high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it was our turn, they're like, nah.
You need to be doing fucking more than that now. So yeah, I remember back in high school, with 6-figure salary was like, damn, you're fucking doing good for yourself. You know? Not anymore. Not in this day and age. Like, that's
6-figure household. I wouldn't consider you. I wouldn't say you would have been rich, but you would have. I would say you were probably been.
That's middle class, dog. That was middle class.
At least comfortable. Probably a little bit more than comfortable.
Upper middle class. Yeah. I would say.
I would say back in the 80s, 90s for sure. Still, even at like 80,000, you were managing. You're surviving.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you could do it. You could be making like 80 grand a year and have an apartment, where now it's like
you can't even do that.
No,
you can't. No, I mean like 60K was like what a lot of people were being sold on, to being like, hey, you're fresh out of college, you're gonna be getting 60K, you know, and you're gonna be fucking living it, you know.
And then that was the other thing too, is because okay, you're making 60K, your partner's making 120K. You guys are nice and well and set.
Yeah.
And then you know, a little bit extra over to have a kid or two.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, I think I mentioned it in another episode where, what was it, the John Oliver Tonight show
Last week
tonight, where they were talking about fucking universal or like college debt and shit like that, and how this guy and his girlfriend were basically like they're working in their careers, and he's like, we're married. She says she's ready to have a kid, but I don't think I am. I have a lot of school debt. Well,
especially college is, depending on your degree and what you went for.
Yeah.
For a very long time, all you're doing is working to pay off that debt.
Yeah, you're like that's the thing. I mean, that's one of the reasons, I think we mentioned it before too. Lawyers and fucking and doctors, they're mostly just paying off their fucking debt.
Yeah.
Which is fucking fucked up, because I mean, lawyers have to do pro bono work up on top of the fucking like the work that they have to do. And then fucking doctors is just like, I don't understand why they made it so expensive just to become a doctor. Given that you hear about so many fucking malpractices going on too as well. So like, if the price point was a deterrent to from bad doctors, it's not working.
Well, and here's the weird thing is like, you go to the UK, you have all these amazing fucking universities and shit for free.
Mm-hmm.
For free. You know what I mean? And like, it's not like they're turning out any fucking slouches.
Right.
Like, I don't understand like why.
Would you agree that there should be, at least for here in the United States, that there should be some sort of social program that if people decide that they want to work on being doctors, nurses, or anything that has to do within the medical field, that we give them a fucking like a free school, basically?
I think the only way you do that, and I hate saying this because I'm not that fucking pro-union guy because I'm in a union, but I see the benefit of it. I think that's the only way you fucking get that, something like that. That free schooling and training is through a unionization of the medical field.
So you mean like basically just getting unions to do it? Like
you join a doctor's union.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a nurse's union and an anesthesiologist union. And you go, you know what I mean? You do your training and your schooling through there, whether it be, a 7-year program, however the fuck long it is, you need to do your thing. And it's all free. It's all paid for and stuff through the union, through your dues and all that.
Right. Well, I mean, like that's kind of like, that would be the social program itself, is just on a massive scale though. Like I'm talking about a government actually like implementing these sort of programs that would fucking do it, regardless whether you're a union member or not. You get me? It's for everyone. Like anybody who wants to do it can do it. If they want to be a doctor, you will have like a free ride to completion, which sounds pretty nice. Cause I mean, like, you get me? Like,
oh, I always like rides to completion, especially if they're free.
I don't know if you got that. I wasn't sure if he was.
No, I'm like, I don't know if he's setting me up or if that was, so I'm just going to go for it.
It was definitely a setting up. But I mean, like, that's one of the things where it's like, to me, it's just like, this is something that's very beneficial to, like, look, dude, I'm going through a midlife crisis. I'm able to go to college free right now because of a fucking Pell Grant, community college. But I mean, like,
well, but see, here's the thing though. I think the problem with what you're saying is it's a social program. And we've been so conditioned that why do these people get a benefit from this for free from my earnings? You know what I mean? Where the union, no one complains because it's the people that choose to go into that are paying into that.
But I mean, doesn't that kind of like, for a country that likes to fucking like say you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Sure, it's your earnings. What's stopping you from fucking going in there and doing the same thing too, though? You get me?
The thing is, I don't want to say it's the boomers, but it's like that boomer situation.
It is the boomers, though. It is
where they're aged out of that opportunity.
Yeah,
and I see a lot of the trades too, where fucking, you're using a power drill and shit like that, and you have people that are in their 60s and shit. I mean, like,
back in my day, we had to hammer shit in.
Yeah, or like we had to roll out extension cords because everything was corded, and this had to be done by hand. I'm like, that sucks for you.
Yeah,
but we don't got to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So don't fucking shit on me.
Yeah.
Because,
No, I
don't know what to tell you,
I
bro.
get that. But I mean, like, that
But I think that's why shit like that doesn't catch on.
No, I can see that
because there's this resentment.
That resentment though is ultimately a product of the idea of like, what is it, American individual, or what was it?
That's what I said. There's no that there. We don't have that sense of community.
Yeah, exactly. It's because of the lack of community. That's the reason why like we end up with this sort of situation. So like
I always see that thing where someone like it's like a meme or whatever where people be like, oh yeah, boomers fucking they climbed that ladder of success and then they pulled it right, they pulled it up behind them.
Yeah.
They left us all behind. And I always kind of think back to like Japan during the tsunami and the whole Fukushima thing, where the elderly would go in to the radiated zones to help clean up because they're like, our life has been lived.
We're on our way out.
You'll never get that here.
Yeah.
Because everyone's too fucking cowboy. It's that American spirit of,
yeah.
That's great and all, but what the fuck does it matter to be an American if you're not? America's weird. America's a fucking hypocrisy. They're very much, we're American. As a collective, we're fucking unstoppable, but we're not a collective. You know what I mean? You can't fucking, it shouldn't take tragedies or fucked up situations to rally people together. You know what I mean? And that's just, and I'm not saying that everyone's like that, but that's why we don't have universal health care or, that the universal fucking standard for a minimum wage or anything like, or even shit like gay marriage or abortion. You know what I mean? Like, cause everyone's too concerned about how they're going to feel or how certain things are going to make them feel as opposed to
the benefits.
Yeah. I may not like that these two guys are living together in what I perceive to be sin. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Are they fucking on your bed in front of you?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What is it in your head that makes it so horrific to know that out there somewhere there's two men or two women or a guy that used to be a woman or vice versa out? Like, do you literally have no other issues in your life that's a big,
like, how is this so much of an importance in comparison
or
to
the fact
else?
that someone might potentially be able to go to the doctor for free for an issue that's, in a lot of the situations, not that crazy if it was taken care of early on. But due to circumstances, that's not. So like,
we don't even have free preventative care.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's the fucked
like
up part
how
about
like
it. I understand maybe post. I get that maybe because I mean like if you decided to not take care of it, but I mean like not even preventative care though. Like that's the thing. Like
what it really feels like. We're starting to see, like, I don't want to sound dramatic, but it feels like the death of humanity. And I'm not saying humanity as like a species. I'm talking about like the concept of humanity, like the compassion for one another, and everything for like other, being the empathy and all that shit. That's what I mean by the death of humanity.
Yeah, I definitely
like you said, to take away free preventative care, and then these are the same people being like these people are a drain on our system. Maybe they wouldn't have been if they were able to get this shit dealt with in the beginning.
Earlier in their lifetime.
Maybe if you didn't make fruits and vegetables more expensive than a fucking fillet of fish.
Fillet of fish, yeah. Which is gonna have a slice of cheese and it's gonna be missing the extra tartar sauce. So I understand your I'm sorry, I just had to.
No, it's fine. I'm not joking about it because that is a triggering thing for me. I'm not even joking.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, not in a bad way, just because it happens so much. I'm like, I can't laugh or cry about it. It's just that is my penance for all my sins in prior lives. Every wrong fillet of fish is just another sin ticked off from a previous life.
It's God basically flagellating you for fucking every sin. No, but I mean, like, I do agree with you. I do feel like this is a death of humanity as like a compassionate species for itself. You get me? Like the sense of community is not here. I don't feel like a lot of communities in America, unless it's like people like, a lot of like unless it's like communities of their own. You get me? Like,
you can't even say that though, because like, and I'm tired of saying this because it's beating a dead horse, and it's getting to a point where I bring it up so much, like I'm skeeving myself out, but a lot of those Epstein victims, as far as I can tell, it seems like all of them are little white girls. So as fucked up as if they're not safe,
nobody's safe.
What fucking chance do the rest of us have?
Yeah, that is very true.
Right? I don't know. Maybe if it was Obama, on that list, and in this situation, maybe shit would have gotten done.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Like, we joke about it all the, but like, again, and I know it's a fucked up joke, but it's also kind of not a joke. It's like, if those little white girls weren't safe, if they're not getting that protection, what fucking chance does anyone else have?
Yeah, that is very true. That is very, very
Like,
true.
and I only say that because it's like their own. That was their own. Because if it was any other color of individuals on those lists, and I'll even extend it to like if it was all Democrats, shit would get done.
Yeah.
But no one cares, dude.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah, definitely. Then nobody really. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think like there's no way you can heal.
I'll say to your thing. When you say their own, it's an economic their own.
Yeah.
Not a cultural or racial.
Yeah. It's a class thing. Yeah.
That's what it's become.
Definitely. But yeah.
And maybe there is no humanity because maybe they don't fucking see us as people anymore. I don't know.
You know what? They probably end up seeing us as cattle or just fucking like a tool to be used for their own gains.
It was said on the other podcast where, you know what? The more I think about it, like, yeah, I 100% see that Elysium becoming a thing where everyone just gets left here on Earth to fend for themselves.
Elysium kind of thing,
where the rich are up in space, living large.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was that. I mean, I keep thinking about Cyberpunk, how corporations have won so much and have so much power, and how they control everything in the existence of the city, basically, like to the point where they even had corporal wars. You get me? Like it's such an absurd thing to think that corporations would wage war against each other militarily. You get me? Like to that extent, and the government not doing anything to kind of stop it or to even like to allow for something like that to happen.
Well, I mean, that was kind of the whole point of fucking Demolition Man, dude.
I don't know.
The fast food wars.
And
and like the most direct example I'd ever seen of it, and it's not the best of his movies, but that, what is it, Land of the Dead, with the zombies start getting smart? It's the one with John Leguizamo.
I think it is. I remember.
But it's the same thing. It's just that one tower with the super rich, and everyone down there in the slums is fed the lie. It's like John Leguizamo. He's working to get up there, and he learns he's never getting up there no matter what he does. That's what do you like that. You can't get more simpler and straightforward than that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was fucking early 2000s.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, actually, that I think about it. Oh, I'm just zoning out.
Oh, no, you... Okay.
I'm zoning out. So, or I'm just 1,000 yards there while fucking talking, honestly. I do that a lot. But I mean, like, that movie in particular, yeah, I remember that now. Damn, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like every time that we get together and we talk, it's like very...
It just gets worse and worse.
It just gets worse and worse. Like, and I legitimately want to talk about something else, but quite frankly, like, good God, it's like, how bad has it gotten since the last 2 weeks that we got together? That's literally what it is. And like, despite the fact that two people like two Republican senators that have been doing so much to stunt progress are dead, I can't even like fucking be like, rejoice, the world is healing, because quite frankly, I don't feel like it actually is. Because
what makes it sting the most is like, okay, we got one confirmed and another potential Republican senator scratched off, right? But it's at the cost of, what is it, 2 more civilians killed by ICE recently? It almost has that feel of like, well, we lost 2, so you gotta lose. I don't know. I know it's not.
No, but I mean, like,
it's just
like, it's one of those things where it's like the cost. I don't know if it's worth it, honestly.
And I remember hearing that shit or reading like the headlines of it on Reddit, and it wasn't even as big of a thing on Reddit as I seen a couple posts, but not to the extent as the first 2. But I didn't even bother. Like, I'm like, not that I didn't care. I'm just like, I don't have it in me to look at that stuff anymore.
I can't empathize with it, and my sympathy for it has been like shrinking a lot because of how often it's been happening and how often we hear about stories like these or something similar, and it's getting to the point where I'm getting numb.
Yeah.
And I'm like a few seconds away from fucking burning a cigarette butt on my fucking wrist just to feel something. You get me? Like it's that sort of like, that's how fucking fucked up and
it turned to the whole school shooting situation really quick.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, there's another one. Okay.
Yeah, there's another one. Exactly. Yeah. Like it's happening so fucking fast that it's just like, God damn it, dude. Literally, it's just like,
A lot of it too was like, you couldn't even wait till the fucking World Cup was over.
yeah, for real.
You motherfuckers couldn't even what last another 2 weeks, 1 week, some shit
We're
like
gonna
that.
fucking like we're getting fucking Spain versus Argentina, arguably two of the fucking whitest fucking places in the world too.
Yeah, but they don't speak English.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. A lot of the fucking Nazis went to fucking to Argentina, right?
Which is, I always found that weird because it always made me think like, what makes an Aryan then? Is it just an eye? Or is it just like literal like hair, eye, and skin color?
I guess so. I honestly don't know.
Because like, yeah, they were cool with Italians, and I know Italians are white, but they're not Aryan.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I know a lot of Argentinians are white looking, but they're not white.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I
don't even understand what the fuck they were like.
I know this is gonna sound fucked up, but like when all people are like, oh, if you could talk to anyone from the past, like a lot of the times I feel like I want to talk to Hitler and be like, hey, why this? Like, why this? Like, okay, I can maybe understand like the alliance with Japan as something as a thing of convenience, but like, let's say you guys both won and shit like that. What happened next? Like,
Yeah.
I was always very fascinated by that shit. And I say Hitler because like that for me, that's the most extreme example where it's like your whole thing is like the German people, the white race. But like, so what do you do after that?
What happens after all that stuff?
You know what I mean? Like, and then the situation where shit didn't start going well for you, so you fled to like certain places, and like the Germans were super cool with fucking the Iraqis and shit too. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's very interesting. Like, it really fucking kind of like, were you just gonna turn on them after, or like, what is it? Like, I don't know.
What was the plan?
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, after if you had like if they had won the fucking the Second World War, there had to have been another war, or at least Germany going after the other territories.
Yeah.
Because there's just no way.
Like when I stop and think like, okay, like the US basically creating Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda and all that shit, or making it what we know of it. I understand how that came about because it was a enemy of my enemy kind of deal situation. But like, if you have so much hate in you for the people that don't look like you, that you're willing to dedicate swaths of land and economy and transport and military to round them up, transport them, house them, and then get rid of them, that's a very special level of like hate.
Yeah.
But you're also willing to put that aside to work with people that are like, especially like, you know, when they're out in Africa and shit like that, or like in the Middle East, who for kind of all intents and purposes look almost the opposite of you.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. And like, how, like, okay, so Jews' noses were a little bit bigger than yours, but they were still white. Some of them still had blonde hair and blue. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you're like out here chilling and fucking giving like Mercedes to fucking people in Iraq.
Yeah.
For the like,
it was very wishy-washy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to know, like, and I would imagine, like I said, it's once we're done and we won, yeah, we're gonna come for you too. But I don't know, like, it's always weird that it's the same thing when I hear shit about like the Aryan Brotherhood in prison that'll work with like the Hispanic gangs, but the black gangs are too far. Like, how? That's what I mean. Shit like that, you know?
Good God, dude. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's like a Nick Fuentes thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that like really kind of intrigues me. Like, how do you? I need to see the Excel sheet of your racism. Like, you know what I mean?
I need to see what your tier list is of what's because like we need
to see the bylaws for racism.
Can you imagine? Jesus Christ.
So many asterisks.
Yeah. And like, good God. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't even think they can fucking stand on their own legs when it comes to like their own beliefs.
That's what I mean. Like, because when you really think about it and like break it down, like it just falls apart.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations where it's like they're just not, no. But God, we gotta pinch it.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's been a while.
It's been 2 weeks.
I know it's been 2 weeks. But I think we're gonna call it here. Is there anything you wanted to plug in?
No, other than the podcast itself on Twitter at IB2WPod.
Yeah, you can just tag us on anything, just questions, comments, or concerns, or anything that you want to say. Maybe you want to give us a comment on one of the episodes or one of the topics that we talked about in this episode or in previous ones. Just tweet us, at us, and I'll respond. But you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram and Twitch. Chubby Cheeser Pro. Just look it up. You'll see the little PNG image of my bald-headed fucking avatar, and you'll know you're in the right place. I've been streaming Diablo, and I just recently started the game Indica. But yeah, I've been streaming a lot. Follow me wherever you like to, and just watch my shit, whatever.
I need to remember my login because I tried to watch your stream the other day and I couldn't get the login.
You couldn't get the login?
And I was like, and I know I could have watched it not logged in, but I couldn't. I don't think I can fuck with the comments, right? Like that.
I think you should be able to.
Oh, really?
I think you should be
I don't remember.
Or I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, to be honest. I can't really say. No, actually, I think you do need to log in.
Yeah, I thought you need to be in the comments. Yeah, that's why. I was like, yeah.
But yeah.
There's no point if I can't talk shit to you.
Twitter and Blue Sky, the same thing. Just look up Chubby Cheeser Pro and you should be able to find me. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening to us talk about very, very gloomy shit.
And complain about the heat.
But yeah, we'll see you guys in another 2 weeks.
Good night, everybody.
You guys have a good one. Intro-outro song is Wah Game Loop by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0, http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0/